This journey has turned my life upside down. How about you, my friend? One of the most interesting things I noticed on this journey is that I wasn't allowed to know people long term. The people that I've met during my elevation mostly is the people who came to teach me a lesson, you know, and B, the people who showed up to test my new truth. But then eventually they all left one by one. And the next interesting thing was I had to let go of most of the people that I knew, which was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. I said, Lord, you have made me brand new. But then you took the people that I loved away from me. Why did you do that? And God said, if you want to roll with me, I don't want you with them people out there. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Alula. Welcome to Awaken the Eagle. How do you know when God doesn't want you with someone? How does God communicate this to you? Now, these things has happened so much in my life. I have come to accept it as a way of life for me. Seriously. Now, this happens a lot with potential sexual partners. There's times when, I want it and she wants it, but then the encounter just never takes place. Sometimes it's like the person lose attraction, and sometimes I lose attraction just like that without anything happening. Those things used to piss me off early on, but now I have come to accept this as a spiritual intervention. Seriously. And not to mention the people that I had to let go out of my life, which was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, particularly my family. See, this is the thing about change. When you change, everything around you changes. That's why change is like a rare thing, and most people don't change. When men and women of God go on a journey of self-discovery, guys, as you progress on this journey, you're gonna have to make tough decisions. Yeah. Now, this decision will either make you or break you. Some people start this journey all nice and well, and they get stuck. Now, the reason why they get stuck is because they're not able to make the decision. Actually, for myself, when I was making this decision, it took me a whole year just to talk about it, and another year to let go. That's why, guys, if you want to go further on this journey, God will show you. Now let's get down to the points. How does God communicate this when He doesn't want you with someone? The first one is God will expose them for who they really are. You're going to discover some interesting truth about people that God does not want you around anymore. Fair enough. Let me share this story. This is when I first went through my first dark night of the soul. The experience shook me up real bad. You know, I was staying with around my cousin at the time. You know, and I came to look for my cousin. Funny enough, when I went to his house, he had thought that I was homeless, I was broke, and all that. But now, the way he talked to me exposed all the suspicion that I had for all those years. You know, and when I saw that, how he reacted to my situation, you know, that let me know that is not a person that God wants me around anymore. It's like he was in my life to teach me a lesson. He was in my life for a season. And when I discovered that that season in my life was ending, then I had to make the hardest decision of letting that person go out of my life. You will catch him in a lie. And that's a big lie too. You know, that is another sign that God gives you. Why He doesn't want you out there with dumb people anymore. You know, come to think about it, there is this guy, Michael Francis. He has like a podcast, and he was like a former mafia like boss or whatever. Like he was a son of the underboss. Anyway, he had got a word that his father gave an okay for his son to be murdered. When he heard this, of course, he could not believe it. And he went to his father and he asked if the rumors were true. You know, and funny enough, his father denied it. But then the son found out that his father really did those things to him like that. You know, he really gave that order. Now, this person has a really, really tough decision to make. Even though that person is his father, even though he had brought him up, you know, now he has caught this person in a big lie. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's not an easy decision to make. Even me, myself, when I was doing the separation from somebody that was so important to me, seriously speaking, this has put me in depression for more than a year. I just didn't even know how to process this information that I was receiving. You know, now, when you're going through these things, guys, you're gonna be full of different emotions. I would suggest you should just sit with the emotion, feel it fully, you know, but don't let it overtake you. And if you disconnecting from these people energetically, just let nature do its part. That's what I did, and it worked really, really well. Alright, moving on to the next point is that how do you know when God doesn't want you with them people anymore? How do you know when this season of your life with these people is ending? There is usually conflicts that arise. Now this happens because you're no longer aligned with these people energetically. You know, it's an energy thing. Now, when energy changes, let me tell you something, there'll be conflict, there'll be disagreements because you are in different frequency. When this happens, guys, the best thing to do is just to let them go. If you hold on to these people after that your energy has, you know, like out of sync now, you're gonna suffer, guys. There's simply nothing you can do. You know, you best move on and find people who matches your frequency. Especially, like, oh shit, this bird, the way she took off, that was amazing, really. I wish I had captured it. Anyway, let's get down to the point. Especially like when it comes to like your partner or somebody that you're intimate with, this happens a lot. When you are like different energetically, then you know conflicts come, and you know it's like you're talking to a different person. That's why, guys, a lot of rejection. Oh, actually, another point that I was gonna make is that when God doesn't want you with somebody, that person rejects you. Sometimes you cannot even believe this. Yeah. Now, the reason why they reject you, again, is because your energy is imbalanced. Your energy does not match. You know what I'm saying, guys? And also, when God doesn't want you with somebody, you will also reject them. It's like vice versa. So this time, like I wanted to be with this lady, whatever, you know, not be with her, but like, you know, get to know her, whatever. And then she accepted me. And then a couple of days later, I just lost interest. And I knew that was a spiritual intervention. Alright guys, here's my video for today. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Until your next video, God bless and take care. Bye bye. See you. Yeah.